In the middle of this very different holiday season during a pandemic, it can be so easy for us to focus on the things that feel wrong or the things that we don't have. But one thing resilient people do is rather than focusing on what they don't have and what they can't do, they focus on what they do have and what they can do. That means looking for the good. That means counting your blessings. That means not over-focusing on what you see as the negative, but looking for the opportunity in the midst of the challenge and finding gratitude in the midst of it all. Sometimes we have to just stop and count our blessings. I've done that recently, just thinking about simple things like having my health, or the cousin who said to me recently, "Don't let your guard down. Keep wearing your mask, being extra careful." And that really meant a lot to me because he lost his brother to COVID. For me, it's also meant being extremely grateful for the opportunity we have found in the midst of this challenge to keep training coaches. We trained more coaches this year online than we've ever trained before. I would have never guessed that back in the spring when we had to cancel our in-person event. So it's easy to look at what's wrong, and sometimes it's hard to notice the blessings in the middle of it. But when we do, we find our inner resilience. So when you think about this holiday season, and you might be thinking about the celebrations that you're not going to do, they won't be as big with as many people, or perhaps you've decided not to travel. Perhaps you're dealing with the economic fallout and you just can't spend the way you normally do during the holidays. But the question is, what do you have? The people, the opportunities, health, whatever it is, illuminate it. Notice it, be grateful for it. Rather than focusing on what you can't do, ask, what can I do? In fact, who can you serve? Who can you help? How can you show up differently so that when you're looking back at this time and this holiday season, years from now, it's memorable because you made it meaningful. Those are all choices, and they are choices that are resilient choices. So in the midst of this particular holiday season, my challenge to you and my invitation is to look at what you do have rather than what you don't, to focus on what you can do rather than what you can't. We have just launched a brand new membership because my goal is helping you be more resilient, helping you get clear about your vision, and even in the midst of what can feel like your biggest challenges, being able to persevere towards that vision because you have a personal growth plan that helps you stretch beyond your comfort zone so you can get to your vision. So check that out at ValerieBurton.com if you haven't already. And in the meantime, this holiday season, let's focus as much as we can on the good. I'll talk to you next time.